Szavaztok, ez itt a Grill Light, folytatódik tovább a Gabriel Knight következő epizódja. Valami achievementet kaptam. Christmas Tree Attack. Fasza. Vannak a játékpaletták. Van a fantazmagória is most már, úgyhogy lehet majd gyönyörű szépen állatkodni. De most nekem a Gabriel Knight, The Beast Within-je kell. 5. 2 achievementem van a játékban egyébként. Hála az égnek. Play. Continue. Lode. Beszélj Priesszel. Ez. Mindenkivel beszéltelti. De a többiekkel is mind beszéljük ezzel. Nem is lehet vele beszélni, mert nem olyan állunk szóval. Ott van Mr. Priess.
Good night.
And you, Herr Price?
Nincsenek többiek érdekes.
You look a little wet.
Oh, I was visiting a friend nearby, and I thought that I should take a shower before the others arrived. I was a bit.
Ott a Jägermeister.
Automatic.
Jó, Réger. Szóval vagy Hubertus, vagy ugyanaz majdnem a emblémája. Vagy ízre szerintem a Jäger finomabb. Sokkal finomabb. Ja, Gabriel se hiszik, legalább egy feles lehúzhatna.
How thoughtful. Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney. Herr Price?
Yes.
Himself. Beszélj Priesszel, de a többiekkel is mind, hogy ki tud hallgatni a magánbeszélgetést, fogj egy magazint és helyezz bele a magnódat.
I enjoy my leisure time.
What do you do with your leisure time?
I entertain.
Probably a dumb question, but what sort of entertaining do you do?
Do you like women, Herr Knight?
I've been known to.
I adore them. You might call it an obsession. The stalk, the dance, the bait, the hook.
And what do you do once you've hooked him?
Oh, you know. You're quite the pleasurist yourself. Or have I misread you?
You're probably just getting a whiff of the past, Herr Price.
A klub.
What do you think of the club philosophy?
It works, doesn't it?
Does it?
Tehát az egész hang, mintha van VHS-ről menne, komolyan mondom. Nagyon érdekes.
Why would I want to suppress my urges? If your body wants something, it must be natural.
Well, what if you get the natural urge to rip someone's throat out?
Well, fortunately, my instincts run to pleasure. Of the equally sticky but less fatal kind.
But what about those whose instincts are fatal? Shouldn't they suppress?
I believe that nature handles that scenario when it occurs here, Knight.
And how does it do that exactly?
In the wild, when a member of society does not conform, he is hunted down and executed. End of mutant instinct. And its genetic bloodline.
A vérvonal. Club members.
Tell me about the other club members.
Oh, they're all right. Don't worry about Vonzel. He's a bastard to everyone these days.
PMS?
I don't know what his problem is. Oh, he's always been an arrogant bastard, competitive on the hunts, ambitious. But still, aren't we all? He was decent enough at one time. In fact, he was Von Glor's favorite. And he was an asset as a friend. But things change.
Club members.
And what about the other club members?
Like who?
Hanneman, for example. I've heard he's in line for a position extremely high up in the government.
Hanneman, he is a drunk. His days as a political superstar are over. My friends at the courthouse tell me that he has been marked for early retirement. One less politician to worry about, huh?
Vonzel.
When did Von Zell begin to change?
Elég mérges volt, amikor megtaláltam az oltárt.
For a long time. I remember a hunting trip about a year ago. That was the last time I remember that we were all together and having a good time. You must have started getting difficult after that.
Még egyszer Vonzel.
Seems like you've pretty much written Von Zell off yourself. Any particular reason?
Look, it's one thing when he insults the rest of us. But when he insults the Baron...
Hú, de rossz
That's
felvételi.
him arguing, Vance. When Glover told Von Zell he did acted stupidly about something...
Hogy masterelték ezt?
Von Zell was furious.
A beszéd egy részét felújították, a másik részét meg hagyták
That he was weak.
eredetibe, bazd meg. Ú, de rossz minősége.
I don't know why the Baron let him get away with it. I mean, I would have said something at the time.
Cüccög az egész, bazd
It
meg.
was a private conversation.
Most ez a rész. Semmi mély nincsen benne. Olyan, mintha valaki húzogatna az ekvalézert.
5, 6 weeks ago?
Hú, ez a Vonzel, ez nagyon sok.
How was Von Zell an asset as a friend?
He is a banker.
Are you saying he loaned
Ez
you
milyen jó szól most ez a rész. Na.
He's always willing to help out his good friends.
Why would anyone in this club need money? I thought y'all were models of success.
Yes, well, fortunately, I took less advantage of Von Zell's hospitality than some.
The Black Wolf.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Yes.
Really, where?
Oh, I don't know. Just sounds familiar.
Már 10 perc ázik
Tell me
a
if you remember.
köcsögömben a teafű.
Of course.
De tesszük a címre.
The reinforcements have arrived. Now you'll have someone new to probe, Herr Knight.
My brilliant man, good cheer to you both. Where's the beer?
Guten Abend, mein Herr. Good evening.
Guten Abend.
Egy magazinnal el kell takarnunk a kis deckünket. Föl kell vennünk ilyen valami bizonyos magánbeszélgetés. Itt van a vonzel.
Abend.
Zikkail.
Meine kleine Familie. How are you all this evening? Gabriel, I'm glad you could join us.
I need to speak with Savannah. Enjoy your evening, Herr Knight.
Thanks. I will.
Baron. May I speak to you for a minute?
What is it, Bryce?
De melyik? Érdekes. Aha. Jó, oké. Most új mentés. Magnó. Vagy beszéd névem. Ezt nem tudom, hogy előbb kell a magnót, vagy előbb kell azért. Tárgyhasználat. Itt a deckünk. Hát ezt hova kéne rakni?
I don't think I should get...
Itt nem nagyon tudunk senkivel. Először is próbáljunk beszélni velük.
Nachmittagstermin abgesagt. Wir treffen uns hier um 4 Uhr.
Ja, soviel ich weiß, ja.
Ja, so, good evening, Herr Knight.
Henneman, Von Agner?
You care to join us?
Sure. Thanks. I've spoken to several of the club members today, but I haven't had a chance to speak with you yet, Herr Von Agner.
How tragic. No one in this club talks better than I do.
Oh, true, very true.
Perhaps tomorrow?
I'd be delighted.
I haven't had a chance to get to know you yet, Herr Henneman.
Well, I'm already beyond serious conversation tonight, I'm afraid.
Tomorrow's fine. Have you guys heard about the mutilation killing last night?
Folyamatosan tesszük fel a kínosabbnál kínosabb
Simply
kérdéseinket.
awful.
I'd meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from me. Do you have any details?
A few. The victim was a man named Grossberg. He ran a furrier business in town.
Horrible. You know, this zoo wolf business is inexcusable. The mayor has been spoken to, and quite seriously. Even the prime minister is concerned.
Did you know Grossberg, Herr Von Eck?
Me? Grossberg? Why, no. Why do you ask?
I just thought you're both in the animal processing business.
Munich is a big city, Herr Knight.
So it is. Ah, well, I was just curious. So, what were y'all talking about when I came up?
Tomorrow's little excursion. Will you be joining us?
Nem húzol le te is egy korsóval, bazd meg.
A hunch trip? Really, where?
Our lodge is at Eppenberg. It's in the Bavarian National Forest. We leave tomorrow afternoon.
Well, gosh, you know, that sounds great, but I need to have my gun cleaned and...
Oh, there are plenty of guns at the lodge.
Yeah, Von Eigner, perhaps the Baron did not mean for Herr Knight to join us quite so soon.
Oh, hell, why not? Baron,
Von Eigner?
our hunting trip tomorrow. Will our new American friend be going with us?
Tonight? Well, I don't see why he could...
Most
Not a club member. He's probably not even registered with the license office.
Nonsense, Gar. The sooner we get to see his...
Vonzel, nem tudom miért
We'll
idegeskedik.
just slip him in and he can register properly when we get back.
But that's not legal.
Since when do you care about legalities? It's only a hunting license?
I agree. I would enjoy Gabriel's presence very much.
Well, enough said. The Baron should certainly get whatever he wants, shouldn't he? Perhaps it will be an interesting exercise of that.
Lett lázon gennyire ez a barom. Ezekkel nem tudunk.
Hey.
Can I join you in a moment, Gabriel? Price and I are almost finished.
Aha, őket kell kihallgatni.
I'll be around.
Keressük egy magazint, mert ez egy magánbeszélgetés, amit nem hallgathatunk ki. Na! Bazd meg, de hát az a helyzet, hogy...
I don't think I should get too comfy around here.
Yes, Herr Knight?
Na kérdezz már valamit, te fasz. Csak leselít, mint hülye gyerek, bazzol.
Fine. Would you excuse us, please? We are discussing something private.
Ah,
Oh. Sure.
ez privát beszélgetés. Jó, 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 jó. Na, nézzük. Fogj egy magazint, helyezd bele a magnódat. A magazin...
I've already bonded with those two.
Ott voltam.
I don't think I should get too comfy around here. Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney. They're busy. I don't think I should get... I don't think... And I thought Germans only drank beer.
Hol lehetnek a magazinok?
And I thought Germans only drank beer.
Kimegyünk. Fogj egy magazint. De hát hol? Visszamegyünk. Ah, faszom. Faszom.
I don't think...
Esetleg erre megyünk.
They're more interesting people. They're more interesting people to talk.
I don't think I should get too comfy around here. I don't think I should get too comfy around here.
El kellett volna venni a magazint előtte, míg odaülnek.
Yes, Herr Knight?
Ah, just wanted to grab magazine. Igen, ő kell.
Just wanted to grab a magazine.
Then grab one.
Bravo. Köszi, te fasz.
Thanks.
Oké, na tárgyhasználat. Itt van a csicska magazinunk. Beletesszük.
That's a thought.
Aha, el van dugva. Hova vigyük el? Ide? Azt mondja. Az asztalra.
I don't think they're saying anything worth recording.
Ah, oda kell, az a kis asztal.
Just wanted to put this magazine back.
Nem tudom a német. Rájöttem, nem tudok németül, bocs.
It wasn't very good. I wouldn't recommend it.
Figyeld a képsort. Na most figyelni kell a képsort.
Herr Baron.
Gentlemen, excuse me, please.
Jó, sörög, geci.
I apologize for not getting to you sooner.
Így álmát is egyet a fasz.
Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's been loads of fun.
Good. I'm glad you're going with us tomorrow. You don't get started until the afternoon, so won't have to worry about staying up late.
Egy kis kerámia korsó,
I
tök
have to warn
cuki.
you, my hunting's kind of rusty.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Was?
Ez mit idegeskedik ez a fasz?
I demand to know what you're doing at this club.
Me?
Baron Gonzalo. Really?
Are you aware that this guest of yours has been asking intimate questions? Poking around in our personal affairs? He must be a reporter. Or the police.
What do we have to fear from a reporter or the police? Although I can promise you, her Knight is neither.
You don't care that he's prying into our private business? What possible motive could he have?
Gar! Please. He's my guest. You're the one who's turning that into an inquisition.
Then it is on your head.
I apologize for that.
You've defended me, not exactly.
Ez a szituáció kibaszott kínos. Már nem az.
Believe me, the harmony was shattered long time before you came. Gonzalo gets territorial. Tired of it, frankly.
Well, I should go anyway. I wanted to clean up before tonight.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Oh,
Good enough
night,
tonight.
night.
Igen, night. De most se itta meg a sört, bazd meg. Pazarlás. Kár ebbe a gyerekbe akármilyen alkohol. Ó, már nézd a farkasember a sötétből. Oda szart nekünk az ajtó elé. Ó! Most nyúl vagy macska, vagy mi a faszom ez? A farka ember, bazd meg. Chapter 4. Ez egy bénán megvágott jelenet volt. Na. Oké. Itt vagyunk. Negyedik fejezet. Grace, szalad ki a postádért, majd olvasd el.
I wonder what Gerda's up to. I wonder what Gerda's up to. I wonder what Gerda's up to.
Hát menteni kellett volna. Save. Új mentés. Szaladj ki a postához és dugd fel magadnak. Oké. Ez az.
Schloss Ritter, birthplace of Gabriel's genetic code.
Aha, tehát elméletileg.
Gerda's been a real pig about those. Schloss Ritter, birth.
Exit te. Úgy. Postás kisasszonyhoz el kell mászni. Szerintem. Már postaládát nem tudom, hogy van-e a városban. Viszont van postahivatal.
So this is where I've been sending Gabriel's fan mail. There's no one there. There's no one there.
Ja, csengetni kell.
Guten Tag. Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Megjött a posta.
Oh, it's from Gabriel. Ja, das ist vom Schattenjäger. Ja.
Schattenjäger. Mi a faszom az a Schattenjäger, bazd meg. Rákeresek Google fordítóba.
Never mind. Danke. Bitte, brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Megjött a bakottól a levél most már. Aha. Grace Nakimura. Schloss Ritter.
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Guten Tag and all that. I'm sure you and Gerda are hitting it off. Thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful.
Guten Tag.
About Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it.
Tudunk lapozni? Tudunk.
Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieba, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon. Sit tight and enjoy your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he think? I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight.
És kap be a faszom. Igen, ne várj. Menj be a kocsmába.
Danke.
Bitte. Jó. Menj a kocsmába, beszélj Huberrel, majd a vendégekkel is. Jaj, ott van a bolond nő, bazd meg.
Herr Huber?
Ha.
Yes?
Gabriel Case.
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Bitte.
Aha.
Hello there, dear.
Hi, I'm Grace Nakamura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakamura.
Well, I might. For a moment.
Isn't this nice? We just finished our breakfast. Do you want something?
No, thanks.
Good for you.
Vesz be te is egy sört, geci.
Now you just tell us all about it, sugar pie.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emma and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakamura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your shot and joggers are just the same.
We are? I mean, he is?
Of course. The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called Manos del Sol in Brazil. So the Ritters aren't the only Schottenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
Ludwig második. Ludwig.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw
Ludwig
his castles,
II.
didn't we?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schottenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
Who wrote the letter?
One of Gabriel's ancestors, a Schottenjäger.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to.
A fekete farkas.
The other night you said something about the
Ó,
Black
bazd
Wolf.
meg, ez
What did you
cicögésbe
mean? Where
már.
did you hear that name?
I wasn't.
Újították föl rendesen, de tényleg.
I don't understand.
It's quite all right. The point is, it would be
50-es években szólt így az beszédhang.
and we must work together to do so.
Néztem ilyen 40-es évekbeli Karádi Katalin filmeket, abba volt ilyen hangminőségi.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens no.
Thank God.
Emma's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
Majd utoljára
Are you
tarot
sure you
kártyát.
don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning. Next thing I knew, Emma had me outside. Whatever it was very powerful. Very powerful.
Elég interaktív.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing. Push your vital energies into the cards.
Húzd egy lapot, geci.
This is your soul card. That which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership. There's great strength here, and intelligence. This card represents what you're like in this lifetime. It's the Chariot. Self-discipline, control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side. You will seek out great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear. The third card represents the other. You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has an other. Let's see. I bet it's the Schottenjäger. What's his name?
The Schottenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is dexterous and cunning, mischievous and manipulating.
That's Gabriel, all right.
And very strong with magical and occult powers. Now this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust?
Not that kind of lust, dear. It's a trial card, finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with a case right now.
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive energy of your union or you may not succeed.
I think you have the wrong idea. Gabriel and I just work together.
Yes, dear. But if I might just suggest, when you're facing negative forces, the positive energy of love is a very vital weapon. You make yourself vulnerable when you resist your own tools.
Well, that's been helpful.
I hope so, dear.
Gabriel Tarot. Hát jó hosszú monológ volt.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares, but what the heck? Reach out to the cards and to think about his essence. His soul card is the Magician. Yes, dear. It reflects your other exactly.
Well, maybe, but I'd rather hold out for David Copperfield.
And his lifetime card? Oh, goodness. The Lovers.
You mean the sole purpose of his life is in his pants? Doesn't surprise me.
It's not what you think, dear. It's a duality card. As a lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
His other is the High Priestess.
Let me guess. That's me, right?
No, dear, it's not. The High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your
Ez már High Priestnek hitted magad te.
This must be our connection. To the voice, dear. Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel. This force is represented by the High Priestess.
That's not much help. What about the Black Wolf?
But it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's...
Húzza halált. Ki gondolta volna, hogy a halált húzza ki? Death.
Nothing to worry about then.
Now you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's a transformation card. Dying to one thing and being born to another. It is painful, but it isn't necessarily bad. Two of Wands. Oh my.
What?
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the Death card, there are 2 possible transformations.
2 transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think he really might be in danger?
Oh, yes, dear. Gabriel's very essence is at stake. If he takes the wrong path with his powers, Imola and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
Megnéztük a vendégeket. Nos, elolvastuk Uberrel venni. Menj a templom kriptájában, befigyeld meg a Gerdét. Jól van, menjünk a templom kriptájába, bazd meg. És megfigyeljük a Gerdét, de mi a kurva anyját akarod csinálni, azt nem tudom. Templom kripta, bazd meg. Jó, gyerünk be. Kibaszott templomba.
I don't want to disturb her. Saint Georg, patron saint of the Schattenjägers.
Ez az öregasszony, ez ilyen teleportálós.
The Madonna.
Aha. Ide jöttünk. Oh! Figyeld meg egy Gerdét. Na várjál.
Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to.
Majd utána menj vissza a könyvtárba.
Oh my god. Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
Ah. Oké. Exit. Exit. Itt a banya.
I don't want to disturb her.
Ha aztán megnézem a szobrot. Ha ezt a szobrot nézem meg. Oh. Gerda.
Schloss Ritter.
Menj már be! Várj bele. Ők a könyvtárba. Keresd meg a második Ludwigról szóló könyvet.
Grace Nakamura.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig.
Itt a kettes Ludwig. Ludwig 2.
Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this
Második
before.
Ludwig. Na.
Yep, English. Huh.
És angolul van, fú de. Fú de geció. Na. Olvasd el.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive.
Ó, bazd meg.
He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships. The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose.
Oh,
Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged. He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years.
A hunting accident?
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved. A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische Archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly high-bred foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880 when he fell into disfavor. The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
Ez jó hosszú rész volt, a kurva anyját. Jó van, elolvastuk a Ludwigról szóló könyvet a titkos átjáron keresztül. Hagyd el a kastélyt. Szedj egy pár rózsát. Ha odaülünk, azt nem, mintha csinálnánk valamit.
I'll write to Gabriel, soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water. It wasn't worth picking up the first time. Who should I call?
Okay, exit. Van itt valahol? Sehol. Csak oda lehet beülni. Elég gyászos ez a könyvtár. Gyerünk a titkos átjáróba. Ahogy a szekrényben van. Most ezt a barizunk Gerdével, vagy mi a fityi? Szerintem ez itt ide, lentre. Adjunk vadrózsát a Gerdának, Bazd meg! Istenem. Némelyik jelenetet az eléggé túltolták benne. Exit. rózsák addig ott vannak a zsebébe, érted? Tökre elférnek. Oké. Hát ez nagyon ilyen, nem is tudom. Itt a rózsa, te fasz! Dugd a seggedbe.
There. That's better, don't you think? I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Gabriel and we never...
I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything. I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he just...
Don't even try to make excuses for him. Still, he's up to his neck in it, I think. Will you help me out with something?
Of course.
I have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
Take Gabriel's car.
Ezeket volt a kezdenet, bazd meg.
In the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Köszi, Geci.
Good luck.
Okay.
I don't want to disturb her.
Ez a fejkendős öregasszony, ez egy ilyen fantom, bazd meg. Nos, oké. 59 perce játszunk. Dobok egy jelölést. Ezére. Ez a most menj. A Hermanse, vagy mi ez? Herrensienesse múzeumba válts belépőt, olvasson mindent, de legfőképpen Ludwig naplójára való utalást a Wagner arckép alatti dobozban. Beszélj a nővel a naplóról, most menj el Neuschwanstein-ba, és nézz körül, főleg festményekre figyelj. Ha csak lehetőség van rá, mindig játsz le a tájékoztató kazettát. Ezt nem vágom. Ne hagyj ki semmit. Következő úti célt a Wagner múzeum. Nézz körül, főképp az asztalnál. Beszél Georggal, vissza Rittersbergbe, beszélj Huberrel, és kérdezz Smithsékről. Meséld el nekik az álmodat, mi álmodtam? Ja, álmodtam, hülye vagyok, ilyen farkasemberekről tényleg. Vissza a kastélyba, ne ugord át ezt a helyet, ahol Gerdétől megtudod, hogy a Barkley keresett telefonon. Tehát hívd vissza, és megkapod a számot, hívd ezt az új számot, beszéld meg a találkozó Joseph Delmayrral, és aztán találkozz és beszélj vele, majd kurd magadat picsán. Na. Oké, ez megvan, és nyomunk egy szévet. Azt írok, hogy menj a múzeumba. Jó, menj a múzeumba. Oké, és ez megvan. Töltöm fel a videót, elköszönök, majd holnap lesz 5. hó 26-án lesz aktiválva. A felvétel, akkor időzítem. Elköszönök, sziasztok!